generates a lot of dislike everywhere. Dick Durbin. So he's been there for 38 years. Just a little bit of background about me. I'm a former county, state, and federal prosecutor. I was also the longest serving sheriff in Lake County, Illinois history. Lake County is the third largest county in Illinois. Population is 750,000 people. We have a very large Indian community in Lake County. We have a Hindu temple. We have a lot of, my kids go to school with a lot of Indian children. So very familiar with the community, have had great relationships with. By way of background, again, having been sheriff in Lake County, which is a blue county, a very, very diverse county. I was the most popular Republican vote getter every single time in Lake County. And Donald Trump lost my county by 21 points. So I do a lot better than Donald Trump up north. Lake County borders Wisconsin, and it borders Cook County. So it's right there in the heart of northern Illinois. For those of you that aren't familiar, a Republican in Illinois automatically wins all of central and southern Illinois. So the battleground is really up north. And I'm going to do really well in northern Illinois, having been a fixture here for a long time and having played to the Chicago media market. Essentially, I expect to win. On Friday, the Chicago Tribune, the biggest paper in Illinois, endorsed my candidacy. And the Tribune laid it out why I'm the right person for the right time, this moment in time. You look at what's going on in this country, and there's a lot of lawlessness. Indians, being the hard-working people that they are, first-generation Indians, are only, 9% of them are in poverty. And that's because of the fact that they have such an incredible work ethic, and they've helped to grow the American economy so well. So a lot of them are entrepreneurs. They're small business people. So those are the people that I'm going to be fighting for. I'm very much against socialism. I'm very much against any thing that would hurt the small business guy. I very much believe that the small business is the engine to the American economy. So how do I intend to do that? Less regulations. We need less of these bureaucratic agencies coming in and handicapping small businesses with a lot of rules and what have you. Having been a longtime lawyer as well as police officer, I've represented people before these small agencies. I understand that they can make life hell for businesses. When you come in and the EPA and OSHA and everything else, and then you say the slightest thing that upsets them, and then they're back every week. That's not right. So I'm somebody that's going to be fighting hard for small businesses. Small businesses is essentially the centerpiece of my campaign as I fight for the middle class. I'm also going to be somebody that's going to work hard in terms of lowering the tax rates. That's a big problem with small businesses paying too much taxes. It's hard for them to compete with the bigger operations when they have all those taxes. Lastly, we have trial lawyers in Illinois, too many of them. They sue at the drop of a hat. It's way too trial lawyer friendly. So I'm going to be somebody that's going to be fighting back against trial lawyers and working to make that Illinois a much better environment by doing that and pushing back. When you look at what happened with the riots and everything in Illinois and why we wound up having so much violence and these cities went up in flames and everything else, I would submit to you here, I know exactly what happened. My background in law enforcement is better than anybody in Congress, anybody in the U.S. Senate. Nobody has had my background as a county, state, federal prosecutor and the longest serving sheriff of the third largest county in Illinois. So what we've had is police officers and police chiefs and superintendents that are appointed by these big city mayors. And then the mayor tells the superintendent, in the case of Lori Lightfoot, for example, of Chicago, she tells the superintendent that she wants the police to stand down. So they wind up standing down. And as a result of that, the violence, the Antifa groups and the other violent groups, Black Lives Matter, wind up bombing the businesses, running the businesses into the ground. We just can't have that. So essentially, the police need to be able to do their job and to be able to enforce the laws. So I'm somebody that brings great expertise on that issue. And I will work hard. I'm also somebody that understands that Government, can be the problem, so we need to be careful with too much government. As far as immigration, if you look at me, I've worked hard on immigration. I've spoken about Indian Americans everywhere I've went. If you look at me, you'll see a lot of commentary by Mark Curran on Indian Americans in the sense that there's a skill set that is unique to India. I'm a lawyer because I'm not great in math and I'm not great in science. And in order to grow the American economy, we need to bring more people in that have those skill sets. I mean, we're moving into more and more of a tech world. We're moving into more of a science-driven world as well. And the best skill sets for those unique qualities we're going to find is in India. So, we need to make sure that we don't have an immigration system that says we're going to take X number of people from some country that really offers nothing in terms of growing the American economy. We need to. I'm sorry. It looks like my face knocked out. I'll keep talking though. Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can hear you, Mark.
Okay, that should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but so we need to continue to grow. There we go. Sorry. We need to continue to grow the American economy. That's the secret to it. And and so we need more immigration coming from India and not less. Lastly, if you look at me, I'm somebody that has worked with dreamers in Dhaka. I'm not, somebody that thinks that people that were brought here as children shouldn't have a chance. And I've spoken very strongly on that as well. I think that what y'all, if you're looking to invest in a race, want to know, can this guy actually win, right? I mean, isn't that the ultimate question? So I will win Central and Southern Illinois big. There's no doubt about it. And I will do well in Northern Illinois also. If you look at that Tribune endorsement, from yesterday, it shows that clearly I'm the best candidate in the race. And when you look at Lake County, if I win Lake County, which I will, and I win DuPage County and McHenry County, and I know these counties don't mean that much to you because, y'all are a national audience, but for those that are from Illinois, they do. I'm only going to need about 25, 27% of Cook County. Well, I went to school in Cook County. I grew up in Cook County. I'm well known in Cook County. My brothers and my family, everybody is from Cook County. And so when we look at this moment in time, what better background than a law enforcement, what have you. And that's what our message has been. Send a sheriff to Washington, D.C. So we have a great, great, great chance to win this race. And I believe that we're completely primed to win it. There's a third party candidate in the race, Willie Wilson. And Willie Wilson is run as a Democrat. And he votes from Dick Durbin. Wilson, a black businessman, is highlighting that Dick Durbin's basically been a racist in a lot of ways. If you look at his, he's from East St. Louis, Illinois, and you look at East St. Louis, Illinois, and it's probably the worst area in all of America. And I would submit to you that that's in large part because of Dick Durbin and his policies that have not played well, have not done anything for the blacks down in East St. Louis, Illinois. So it's electcurran.com, Mark Curran for U.S. Senate. I won the primary, a 5-way primary, and a landslide, and we are going to knock off Dick Durbin. I kid you not, we will win. So expect it to happen, but I need your help. I need your support. If you can help me financially, that's wonderful. I really appreciate that. Please send it out to your lists and all the people that you know out there that Illinois is going to go with Mark Curran. Yet we're really blessed in the sense that NBC5 wrote that story the other day, is that Trump looks like he's going to lose the suburbs. The only question is, will they split their vote for Curran in the suburbs? Because Curran has been a big popular name up there for a long time. I'm telling you, they absolutely will. And my winning will help all the other Republicans on the ballot, including, obviously, and my doing well will help all the down ballot Republicans, including Pat O'Brien, who's running for state attorney in Cook County against Kim Foxx, who's been horrible on law enforcement. It'll help Jeannie Ives. It'll help Jim Oberweis. It'll help Esther Joy King. So my race is critical, and I'm working really, really hard. And I apologize. I'm in my car. I screwed this up. It came in as 9:30, and I thought it was at 9:30 at home, so I logged on, and then I realized it was 9:30 Pacific time and not 9:30 Central time. So I really apologize. I apologize for being in my car. This Zoom means a lot to me. Your community means a lot to me. Your community has been great to me in the past, and I'm really very, very grateful. So I apologize that I'm not in a studio setting. I was going to be, but I messed up my calendar just by virtue of thinking that it was Central time and not West Coast time. Happy to answer any questions.
So thank you, Mark. And we were introduced to you by Dr. Shobha Chokalingam. She's from Illinois,
Right.
and she's one of the directors at Sentinel of Dharma PAC. And so we want to back your candidacy, and we would like to open the forum. If anybody would like to so Daryl Issa has just joined, so he's online as well. So we would like to, if one would like to support Mark Curran, if you can donate to him, then we'll match that amount also.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So Sharad, you would like to say something, or Rima?
So what I will quickly say is, this is a video recorded message. So what we'll do is, after this call, we are posting it to the larger Indian diaspora here, who can vote and who can donate. So all the candidates, please make sure that whatever you speak, this goes to a larger audience, not the audience who have just logged in. So it will go to 10K plus national audience, and we'll make sure that the donation pours in. So with that, I'll have the next speaker please speak. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all so much. Take care.
Daryl,
look forward to serving you in the U.S. Senate.
We look forward to meeting you. Once you get elected, you would like to come down there in the Capitol and want to meet you as a group.
Love to do it. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
We'll make it happen.
Aditya ji, I will contribute $101 as well.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Because we really need some marks. We need a sheriff in town in the Beltway for sure.
You got it. Absolutely.
And Senator Dick Durbin has been totally anti-India, both in terms of green cards as well as the anti-CAA resolution by and we know that Dick Durbin has been driving the city councils to vote against a resolution to vote against laws that are passed by India. You would wonder why a city council has to do anything with international laws made by India, and it's very, very unfortunate. So we definitely need to remove those kind of forces. And
thank you so much. This is the chance. So the Chicago Tribune has always endorsed Dick Durbin. This is the first time they didn't endorse him. They endorsed me. So this is it. We've got him on the ropes. We're gonna win this, but we need to finish strong.
Anyone else would like to commit funds to Mike Curran?
Manish also added. Manish, he also I just saw a message.
You're on mute, Manish.
Yeah, definitely. I support Mark, and I have donated $101. That's kind of.
Thank you so much.
Sure, and for your campaign, and we will reach out to our community and try to get support for you and donation.
You all are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Krishna, would you like?
Words, knowing that Virginia is the ultimate swing state, that it can go red, blue. I know that you can make it go red for us.
Thank you, Daryl. I mean, it's such a pleasure seeing you today for the first time. I think we'll get to meet in person.
Well, we'll get to meet at freshman orientation. I'll be the oldest freshman, I think, in the sense of seniority.
Amen to that, Daryl. Amen.
Well, thank you. And I want to thank you all for putting this together today. What we've done with our campaign is we've set up a special website just for this group. And it's DarylIssa.com/IND. And that way, anyone that wants to send somebody to contribute or get involved will come to a site, so we can know that it was generated by this community. And to me, that's very important. I'd like to have questions and comments, because you don't get smarter by talking. But I will just give you 2 words on this campaign, and that is, it's been tough. I guess that's 3. This has been an unusual race, one in which the district, as many of you know, was pretty traumatized by the previous congressman, who made some errors in judgment, would be an understatement, and had to resign. And it's created a situation in which it's not guaranteed to remain Republican. As a matter of fact, the latest poll shows President Trump down by 1 and me up by 1. And my goal in this campaign is to restore this conservative district back to being both conservative for myself, but conservative for Trump and conservative for the people who live there. As many of you know, this is a district that stretches throughout the back country east of San Diego, east in the south, east in the central, and east in the north, all the way into Riverside County. People go to this district to live because they don't want to live in urban areas. They want to enjoy a suburban or a rural life. The one interesting thing, and I'll close with this and then take any questions. Many years ago, I was approached by another congressman who wanted to name a post office after a famous Democrat. That famous Democrat was a New Deal Democrat that served many years ago in the 50s. His name was Dalip Singh Song, and he had immigrated from India. He had gotten his PhD, but during the time in the 20s and 30s, because of prejudice, he couldn't even get a job with this advanced degree. And he ended up in agriculture, but eventually pulled himself up, became a citizen on the first day that he was no longer barred as an Asian American from citizenship. Was elected to be a judge, not once, but twice, because they technically said he was elected before he was a citizen, so he had to run again. But he went on to be a congressman, and he was the first Indo-American congressman. And his picture hangs on the stairs as you go up into the voting area, into our main hall as congressman. So many of us see him every day. And what was interesting was the congressman, Bob Filner, represented the Imperial County. And that was where Dalip had spent so much of his time growing up. Well, after we got it all approved, that congressman who, well, he's out of jail now, but let's just say he was a pretty despicable guy. At the last minute, he changed his mind and decided it would be better to name it after an African-American judge that would be better for his politics. And so suddenly we had everyone excited about this in the community, and no post office. And at that time, I represented Temecula. And so I found that the Temecula post office, large and new, didn't have a name. And today it's the Dalip Singh Song Post Office. And so it's the ultimate in not coincidence, but almost irony, that we're gathered here today, and I'm running for the district that includes that post office in Temecula once again. So that's my little story. It's not meant to do anything other than say that, I began to know more about the Indian American community those many years ago, and of course have visited India and worked with so many of you. But there's a lot more to learn, and hopefully during and after this campaign, we'll do a lot of that. Lastly, I want to thank all of you for your generosity, not just here today, but so many of you have been involved in charity work during this pandemic. And I think that's the other part of your community that is quiet, understated, but your generosity is, I think, well known within the nonprofit community. So any questions you have, I'm happy to take them, and any guidance, I'll take that too.
Daryl, I think you don't need any guidance. I think we need guidance sometimes from you. But I'll open the forum for anyone to ask questions and also to commit funds to his campaign. We already given from another organization, but we want to commit more. And it's the money which drives the politics in USA. It is a way of the land. So please, I would like to hear some numbers coming from every one of you. Please go ahead. Or any questions. We'll match it.
So, Adiji, just one question to Daryl. So, Daryl,
Sure.
thank you very much for putting the those donation link as IND. What I think it will be better if you could put it instead of IND HINDU. It will resonate well. That is my suggestion to you. If
It'll
you
be
could do it.
changed within 2 minutes.
Yes, thank you very much, Daryl. Yeah, so that is really appreciated. Thank you.
So anyone who is committing in public right now want to ask a question to Daryl? It's very rare to get his time.
Yeah. So Adiji, I will commit 101 for Daryl too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else would like to go ahead?
Yeah, there's Ajit here.
Yes.
Daryl, hi. All the best again. More powers to you. We are all here with you. And thank you for standing with the Hindu community. So I really appreciate that. And I do
Thank you.
commit $101 as well from my side.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
Good luck, Daryl ji. And I'm Venkat Perla from Virginia, Trump team leader. Thank you.
Okay. Venkat, you are committing funds. You can commit millions.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Well, the federal government does have limits, so we always remind people that you can give 100%, and it isn't actually everything the way it would be with your taxes and your government.
Yeah. Venkat, you can give it to the super PAC, and we'll make sure how to spend it. We'll do it.
Well, there is a super PAC that's come in for my opponent, and you'll find it interesting. Their entire $500,000 they're spending bashing me is because my son's company took PPP money and, of course, didn't lay anyone off. And they've made what should have been very non-controversial for all of us into a campaign slogan that somehow it's okay for Democrats to take PPP, but not my son's little company of 6 people.
Well, Daryl, we wrote an article against that opponent, and I'll send it to John Franklin.
Thank you.
So we have done that our side, but we'll work with John and see what we can do more.
Thank you.
Because that person has a dubious past.
Well, we're finding out he does have a dubious past. You know, after he attacked over our company, it was interesting because almost immediately people started pointing out that he never paid his taxes on his DC company, which was suspended, or his California company. And I guess he lives in a glass house and he's throwing a lot of stones.
Yes, absolutely. Anyone else would like to come forward? Please go ahead. Any questions and commitments? Please let me know.
So, Aditya, this is Sharad. So, Daryl, I and Aditya will have some amount for you through this platform. We'll let you know.
Thank you. And I will say that this is no surprise. We're putting in additional of my personal funds because to match this outside money from the super PACs, there as much as generous as all of you are being, and I really appreciate it, it's still going to take additional money, and we're committed to do that. So in a sense, you have a match from the Hindu PAC, but you also have a match from me because I'm going to make sure that we stay engaged, that we don't go dark on television, because that would spell the end of this campaign.
Yes. Yeah. This PAC is called Sentinel of Dharma PAC. That PAC will be donating. One more thing is, in addition to that, Daryl, we'll have manpower for you working with you. So we have
and I'm looking forward to walking with you next Sunday also. They booked me a lot of places, but I've told them to book me at the walk also.
Yes, thank you. So anyone else would like to speak and ask him questions or comment? Yeah, Manga, yeah, go ahead.
This is Manga. I have a question for Daryl. Daryl,
yes.
I think maybe you and I should catch up on a call. You have to give me mantra for Jerry Connolly. I've asked Rob Whitman to do that, and he has helped me. And I want your mantra for Jerry Connolly.
I will contact you. Has Tom Davis been giving you any assistance?
Tom Davis, yes. I can give you the details of our conversation maybe over the phone. Yeah, I would love to share that with you.
Yeah, because he, of course, was the last to win this district, and he knows it. He'd be the first to say that it was going to take a special candidate like you to win, because it's Connolly, although he is pompous and he has a lot of shortcomings, he has risen in power. And, sometimes in the business community, they look at power instead of at virtue.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And Tom Davis and his wife, Jean Marie, anytime I give them a call, they spend at least hour and a half trying to talk to me and give me a lot of courage. And they give me a lot of mantras too. Now I need to pick on your brain for more mantras because I want to get this man out so that we have someone reasonable to represent this country and our values.
Well, I'm looking forward to your winning. I'm also looking forward to a redistricting that I think could be very favorable for you. 10 years ago, Jerry got the benefit of a very favorable redistricting, and he's been living off of that for a long time.
Yes. And I'm not going to give up on the gerrymandering until I have redistricted to make Virginia 11 safe for the conservatives and for people who are reasonable in their legal immigration status and who are the economy drivers of this country. And there's also a lot of human trafficking and MS-13 gangs in this community, in this district that I'm living in. So I have a bigger fight to fight. So definitely Tom Davis acknowledges that, and he has given me some tips to how to work around that. And I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight hard. Thank you. And please do keep supporting me. And I'm looking forward to talking to you.
Okay, we'll get together offline.
Anyone else would like to comment from any other part of the country? Vandana Malik, Lotus, I don't know who is Lotus, and Ajay. Savijay, Houston. Okay. So thank you, Daryl, for your time. And
well, thank you. And again, this was a pleasant surprise. I got very little notice and I rushed in very excited, but it was good to see you again. And again, thank you in advance for next weekend. I look forward to us walking the community together.
So Daryl,
on Friday, Saturday,
yes.
Sunday, 3 days.
So Daryl, the link is up for that contribution site with Hindu?
Yes, with Hindu instead of IND. My staff is apologizing profusely. They did this without any asking, and it was like, well, okay.
No, that was really sweet. Yeah, really appreciate that, Daryl. Yeah, but Hindu will resonate more than IND. That's what.
Absolutely. It's and telling the story about Dilip, who was a Sikh, was appropriate only because the challenge that Asian Americans have faced is the same challenge. And he faced it, half a century before many of you came. And I still think that there is a lot to be said for celebrating all of our immigrants, legal immigrants, and particularly celebrating the history of migration from India that has added so much to our communities throughout the country, and particularly California.
Yeah, definitely. It's a win-win situation for us too, and for America too, I would say.
Well, I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Yeah. Please have me back, and we'll have a celebration for both of us after the election.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All the best, Daryl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was a session, and Manga and everyone, Manga, Daryl, Issa, and other people, thank you very much for joining.
And somehow you make me twist my arm, make sure that I'm always present in your platform. And thanks for doing that. I had to actually get out of another meeting to be here, but I had to accommodate that for Aditya. And some of you who haven't met me already, I am Manga Anantatpala. I'm running for US Congress against Jerry Connolly, who is such a swamp in Washington, D.C. He has recently on a public platform made a public statement, a racial slur against me, Indians, and the Hindus. And he very explicitly said that he is against me only for one reason. That's because I stood up against some of his congressional colleagues who are Muslims and against their anti-Semitism. I think it's our First Amendment right to stand against any anti-Semitism or religious slur anybody has to make, being our representatives, whether they are our representatives or not, once elected to Congress. They are representing the entire country, and we have to condemn. And I had the guts to stand up and condemn Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, who are established to be anti-Semites, and now that anger and racist slurs are against me because I have the courage to stand up against such people. And they say he doesn't want to debate with me. That tells me he's really so afraid of a brown woman, an Indian woman, the first Indian woman ever to be nominated from Virginia. And I come from a very patriotic family, and my son is a U.S. Navy Lieutenant Commander. He still serves, he still wears the uniform. I'm very proud of what he has become of. And I come from a very dharmic background of India. That's also a plus point. I'm a Hindu, and I am a proud Hindu. And regardless of what my opponent, the zero bills passed, do nothing Connolly thinks, I am still going to identify myself as an American Hindu who loves every religion and respects every constitutional right that we as Americans stand for, regardless of whether somebody is a Buddhist or a Christian or a Muslim. If they are real, genuine people, here we are to support, and that's our dharmic belief. Not only you stand for yourself when something is wrong, you stand for others. That's what it takes for Congress people to represent Americans in this country. And I am that voice, and I am that person you can trust, and vote for me and keep voting for me. And please do donate, because money is the biggest factor. The very fact that my opponent is now beginning to be worried and sends out hate mails, envelopes and mails and Twitters and his paid trolls on my social media says Manga is in the right direction, and I'm getting the attention, and I'm going to be there to defeat and also to drain the swamp and to take on the squad alone, and I will alone take them down. Thank you, viewers, and please keep supporting me.
So on
I see Daryl there. Daryl, Aditya has spoken so much about you, and today I'm here to say hello in person and also to hear you speak. And I want to know more about you. And thanks for being here. And we are both on the same platform. And thanks, Aditya, for doing this.
So thank you, Manga. And on behalf of Manga, I'd like to appeal to all of you, if you can commit publicly some funds, immediately we'll match it. And so please go ahead.